most guys are not in the best of shape, right? I blow a lot of guys out the water, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Generally why women tend to initiate divorce more. That's the reason I didn't want to get married.
Hey, what's going on, guys? It is Old School Matt here. We are here with the Red Pill Latino YouTube channel today. As we've been talking about on the lives, we're going to be starting a YouTube channel, and we had to start off with the YouTube series introducing each one of the Red Pill Latino members. Without further ado, we are having Red Pillrican on today, and we're going to be talking about Red Pillrican Story. So without anything else, what's up, Red Pillrican? How you been, and what's going on in your life so far?
What's good, man? Still progressing, still focusing on other priorities I got going on, but you know what? Can't complain. So
Yeah, yes, sir. And as you guys know, we have a very diverse, I guess, group team for the Red Pill Latinos. So we thought, why not make an episode for each one of our group members? We all got crazy stories. We all got different backgrounds, different ages, different occupations. And today we're sitting here with Red Pillrican. So Red Pillrican, to ask you the golden question, what kind of got you to take the red pill?
and it's a funny story because you know how everyone talks about the spyware that we got on social media that's used for advertising. Well, obviously that's true, but at the time I was going through some stuff around mid 2018, and somehow I had videos come up that was exactly relatable to what I had going on at the time. And I never heard of this stuff before in my life. So when I came across it, I was like, what is this? This is literally what I got going on. It was in the title. It wasn't red pill content, though. It was like dating coaches. So I went ahead and I started watching the videos. And you know, when you discover something new and it catches your interest, you just start binge watching.
Yeah.
And then eventually, about a week or two later, I start coming across red pill content. And pretty much, you know, when I'm hearing the stories and I read the comments, it was relatable to stuff that I had going on. And it wasn't just me, you know what I mean? It was people from like Africa, South America, it was across the globe. So I'm like, okay, it's not just me because I've heard similar excuses. I've had similar stuff happen. So, because before you know better, you're thinking to yourself, oh, you know, it's not all women, it's only some. No, you come to a realization that it's most of them that are just like this. So it's not just, you know, it's not just me, you know, and it just confirmed and verified everything that I had, you know, suspicions of beforehand. So that's all I was like, yep,
100%. And if you don't mind me following up about that, what was the whole situation that caused you to go down that rabbit hole? What happened?
one woman was becoming distant because, as you can imagine, I was being the nice guy, you know what I'm saying? Because, like most people, you know, we're gonna cover this later, but I'll mention it up right now real quick. Because I was once married, and long story short, I got separated and then finally divorced. So the way I saw it, I was a free man. I wasn't trying to settle anytime soon. I had my fun for a few years, and then I had on my mind, you know what? I already had enough women. Let me go ahead and start looking for a serious relationship because I'm done playing the field. So I started going back into the nice guy antics where, you know, you're orbiting around a woman, you're doing favors, you're answering her call, you're dropping stuff for her. And then I noticed she started becoming very, very distant and nothing was going as planned. So I was like, all right, something ain't sounding right. You know what I'm saying? And somehow, I don't know how, I never uttered the words that she's becoming distant or nothing, but somehow it just came up on my YouTube recommendation. So I don't know how that happened, but it was very relatable. Talking about it was called She's Pulling Back and Why, I think it was called. I can't remember the exact title, but it was dead on what I had going on. And I accepted it because, like I said, it was verification for everything because she wasn't the only woman who did this. She was one of others as well.
100%. When was all this happening? You said 2016?
That was mid-April of 2018.
2018. And back then, I mean, the red pill content has kind of gone like we're growing every year. I mean, there's a lot of people joining every year. Was it still big back then?
Yeah, it was still fairly big back then. But when I did deeper research, I found out the red pill has actually been a thing since the early 2000s. But
yeah, I don't know who was talking about that. If it was either you or Cash, but someone was mentioning that there was like some OG. There were red pillars before red pillars was a thing. But I mean, it was only 3 years ago, and I'm sure you've seen the community grow. And the more knowledge and content we put out there, hopefully more people join the movement. But so when did you're talking about your divorce? So we can kind of get into that right now. When did the whole divorce thing happen?
I actually got separated in late 2011, but not to get too personal, but
Yeah.
we already knew it was going to be over. So we were pretty much doing our thing already separately since mid 2011, that year before we finally parted ways. So me, I mean, for those who aren't very familiar with me, I am very cheap or frugal with my money, as Black would say. Shout out to him. So I didn't want to dish out the few $1,000s to start the divorce. But I was like, you know what, before that 10-year mark hits, let me just go ahead and get it done. And I finally got it done. So
before 10 years, you got to start paying alimony?
I believe so. It's one factor that goes into it, alimony. There's actually several factors. Her contributions, what's her health like, how capable is she? It's a bunch of stuff it's like 12 different things that go into alimony. So just some myth busting, 10 years doesn't guarantee she'll get alimony, but at the same time, it's not the only factor. You can still be paying that woman after 2 or 3 years of marriage, depending on what the judge says for X amount of time. So I just want to put that out there. But I was like, let me just go ahead and just dish out the money, take that few thousand hit, and then go about my way.
So that relationship didn't cause you to take the red pill then, because you didn't take it for, yeah. So you were still stuck in your way. Did you guys just not work out or something like that? It was like more of a clean break off?
To be honest with you, it's a sad, simple ass story because I didn't want to get married. When I got it done, I only got married because she wouldn't stop bugging me about it. So yeah, it was one of those things where fine, let's do it, And I instantly regretted it. Like not even a week or two after she moved there, I was like, whoa, I'm regretting this already. But
yeah, I mean, did you think back at the time that something like that would have happened? Like divorce?
No. Oh, the divorce? No, I didn't. I mean, it wasn't really something on my mind, but as time went on, like I said, the only thing that stopped me was I didn't want to have to pay for all that. That was it. All the paperwork, the documentation. It's a pain in the ass, frankly speaking. And honestly, I think that's the reason why most men don't get divorced, is because they know that it's going to be us paying for it ultimately. You know what I'm saying? The cheaper to keep her mentality. So if you wonder why women tend to initiate divorce more, that's the reason why. The guy ain't trying to pay X amount of dollars, but ultimately at the woman's mercy. But me, I just say, you know what? Let me just do it and get over with.
100%. Between the divorce and then I guess the time that you started taking the red pill, or you started to switch your mentality a little bit, did you at least have some sort of like predisposition to this? Because for me, and I'll get into this when I do my thing, like I've always kind of been a red pill, but I've always been 1 foot in, 1 foot out. You know what I'm saying? Exactly. Up until a point to where I had to finally take it. I've always had a little bit of that taste in my mouth, but I never fully indulged myself in it. And I always looked the other way when things were going wrong. Was that kind of like how you were?
Exactly. Like I had what people call the red pill mentality, where I was doing all that stuff, but I didn't know about it. It was just the way things were going, like not being always available, not really caring about what the women were doing, just doing whatever I wanted. You know what I'm saying? And I had great results during those years. So that's why after about a few years of playing the field, I was like, okay, let me start looking for a relationship now. And then you revert back to those ways, not knowing better. And then like, what's going on? I bought her this, I'm taking her out, I'm making time for her. You know what I'm saying? Like, why is she acting distant? Like, why is she giving me these lame excuses that weren't excuses before? I never had this problem before. And that's why I'm saying when I found the red pill content, I was like, well, there you go. This verifies everything that I went through, I think my personal numbers, I'm not trying to boast. I think you need at the very least 30 different women to actually get a grasp of how things work, at least. So you can see that it's not just some, it's how most operate. Because a lot of people are not going to believe us unless they go through it themselves. And I think that's why we got so many guys like trying to come after us, you know what I'm saying? But
no, I agree, bro. I agree. I think that, I mean, it's all about a mentality switch. Like once you switch your mentality from being I serve women to I serve myself, you kind of understand it. You know what I'm saying? But it's having to make that switch, because like you were saying, you kind of had the red pill mentality, you always did. But until you actually took it and indulge yourself with the knowledge that we have now about how to, execute relationships, how to execute interactions with women, you don't truly understand, the benefits of being a part of this community. Now, after 2018, when you started to, kind of immerse yourself in the content and in the information, the learning and whatnot, when did you start making your content?
I started Actually, I plan on making my own content just a few months after. I mean, if y'all look at my YouTube channel right now, you'll see that I actually started the channel back around December of 2018, but I wasn't sure how I was going to make my delivery for the YouTube channel because I'm watching all these dating coaches, all these other red pill content creators, and me personally, I've always had success with the ladies without having to go out on all these dates and all this stuff. I never had to do that. As a matter of fact, when I tried the dating coach's way, it was a waste of time and money. I mean, who really has time to be dating 2 or 3 different women a week? You know what I'm saying? You know,
Yeah.
all that time and money away. It's like I never had to do this before. It's very time consuming. So I figure, you know what? Let me share my own personal experiences, you know, because not everyone's experiences are going to be the same. But my issue was just the delivery. I actually started my Instagram before I launched my first YouTube video. Instagram, I think I started around February or March of 2019.
Okay.
So that was it. Basically, just sharing my experience because I really believe men are wasting their time and money doing all this stuff.
100%. And in terms of your outlook on the red pill content, red pill community, you know, everyone who makes content in this, I guess, space, where do you feel like the red pill stuff lacks, and how can the red pill Latinos offer a different insight of value? I know you just mentioned it there, but is there anything else?
I would say more about diversity, as in not enough people are sharing their personal experiences. You know, right now you got a few big names out there. I mean, we're making a name for ourselves. They just know their version of the truth. I think the more people actually come out and speak about it, the more you see that this isn't just a limited issue. And like I said, in our group, we don't have any yes men. You know what I'm saying? Like we all agree and disagree on certain things and we explain our points. So that's definitely a good thing. You know what I'm saying? Because a lot of groups, when they start together, they basically sound like a bunch of yes men. They agree on everything.
Yeah.
It's like, you tell me you agree with everything he says. You don't have a mind of your own, you know?
Yeah.
So that is another thing. You know, you want everyone to be able to speak their point of views, you know, and actually have an intelligent debate about it. You know what I'm saying? That way the viewers are learning from everybody. You know what I'm saying?
Definitely. And I think we can see that with the different personalities between me, you, Cash, even just the first four, me, you, Cash, and Jim have like totally different personalities.
Oh yeah.
Cash is over here, you're over here, I'm over here. But it's interesting and it's cool to think about. But I would say my next question is back in the day, you know, when you were a younger guy, let's say in your early 20s, maybe late teens, what type of mentality did you have? You know, what were you? Were you the type of player guy, or were you like the nice guy simp? I know you went through a little nice guy type of phase, but you know, back to your bare bone roots when we were all, you know, slinging dick and trying to, you know, have some fun. What were you like?
Me, I was still a weak ass dude, but at 19 years old and all that. I'll say it. I was a virgin until 19, believe it or not, for you guys
Really?
out there. So I wasn't that guy who was playing the field since 12, 13, 14. Like I know a lot of dudes out there. I started late. But I think that's another reason why, like, I regret the marriage, because I felt like, okay, I don't think I experienced enough. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So now that I had the diversity in, now that I know exactly what I'm looking for and what I'm not looking for, especially now that I have this knowledge, I'm like, yeah, it's definitely reinforced now. But you know, it's true what they say that men, we should actually take our time when it comes time to settle down. But however, side note, because I know people who say this are going to say, oh, that applies to the women as well. No, again, science and biology debates argues against that. No, it is harmful effects for women, but I just want to make that side note. But for 19 or early 20s, yeah, I was still on that weak phase. You know what I'm saying? It took me a while before I actually fully matured. You know what I'm saying? I would say it took me into my early 30s before I reached the quality I got now. Yeah, I was a very late bloomer.
Interesting. Yeah, no, I was an earlier early bloomer, to say the least. But I mean, we kind of agree on a lot of things too. We might have different executions on how we say things and what we talk about. But I saw a video of yours the other day. I think it was one of your YouTube videos. We were talking about like when these guys and dating coaches and all these people are like preaching, like trying to reach for sex as like the next best thing. And you were like, yeah, sex is nice. It is nice. But like, it ain't all like, and you were kind of preaching to people that I guess we're worried about getting late and whatnot. And having known your story now about you being like, I'll say a late bloomer, you're not really missing out on too much, you know? I mean, it's obviously important and we want to do it because we're men and that's what we're supposed to do. But it's, you know, that's a talking point that I want to kind of put across to men too is like, you know, a lot of these guys are the pickup artists and, you know, trying to get as many chicks numbers as you can and shit like that. At the end of the day, man, it's like a fat waste of time, you know?
Definitely. You know, it shouldn't be a dictating factor in your life. You know what I'm saying?
Mhm.
Like, yes, go ahead and work on your physique. Yes, go ahead and get your money up, you know, but it should never be about the women. And if you do go ahead and do it for the women, when you get to a certain level, you're gonna realize that the women aren't important anymore because they're practically giving themselves away to you at that point. You know what I'm saying?
100%. And I think that was the next thing I want to talk about is like your involvement in the gym. And we see a lot of red pillar content people, or whatever you want to call them, red pill content creators that like aren't really in the best physical shape of their life. And to me, it's kind of hypocritical. I don't know. I don't know how you can preach to be the best version of yourself and look like, and it doesn't matter what you look, but you could tell when someone's unhealthy. You know, they're vaping all the time and they're like, you know, drink alcohol, smoking pot, and do all, they're super overweight. But in terms of your stuff, you're a trainer. We've talked about this on another podcast where we talked about, you know, the different caveats to being a personal trainer, online coach, whatnot. What would you say your fitness involvement is in the Red Pill community? And you think it's important for guys to like, you know, get their shit straight in terms of the gym?
Oh, definitely. Because I shared a study a while ago. It showed that I think 80% of men, at least in the US, don't work out at the gym at all. So just by working out alone,
80%?
yeah, something like that. I posted it a couple of months back.
That's
And
fucking crazy.
even less women work out. So I already told guys, you know, you could easily boost your sexual market value, your SMV, just by hitting the gym. In about 3 months, you're already gonna know a huge difference. You know what I'm saying? Anyone who's been to the beach or walk out in public, you will see that most guys are not in the best of shape, right? So me, I mean, I'm not exactly spectacular. I'm not no Mr. Olympian, but I blow a lot of guys out the water, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Just physique alone. You already make yourself stand out just that much. But the thing is, a lot of people don't want to put in the work. They want to sit back and complain. It's like, okay, but what are you doing for yourself? You know, and like you said with the dating coaches, I noticed that a lot of them, they preach working out, you know, and they don't even work out themselves.
Yeah.
And they talk about grow facial hair. They got no facial hair themselves, you know, because it's proven women do prefer facial hair. Me, I clean shave because that's just habit. I don't do it for the women anyway. Like I said, it's for me. But, you know, it's just simple things like that is how you can improve. Money obviously takes longer, but, you know, but work on things you could change almost immediate. Mindset and, you know, the fitness. Within 3 months, I'm telling you, you're going to get the newbie gains, they're called. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, 100%. And I think not a lot of the times I see it in the red pill community or the stuff we make, because our page is, you know, it grows. We got good following now. We're trying to keep going and every week, every month. But I see a lot of guys in our comments, in our lives, all they want to do is kind of like bash women. And that's the one bad thing about this community is that I think that the understanding that me and you have for like what it is that it's not about like hating women and being like, you know, fuck women, fuck that, and always talking about that. I think it's more about holistic approach. And like you're saying, incorporating different things. And like you said before too, whenever you post a gym video, you only get like 100 likes, but you post a video of a chick, you know, with her boobs hanging out and she's, you know, talking about how she's going to cheat on her husband, you get 2,000 likes, right?
Not even 100 likes, 100 views for my videos, but a woman with a cleavage out or talking shit gets like 3,000 views, you know? That's not important, but you know, it's for those who actually, you know, actually care about that stuff, you know what I'm saying? But yeah, go ahead, man. Definitely.
No, I think it's important for us to talk about that type of stuff when the topics come up. Obviously, you know, the reason why we do this I guess you call it the podcast every Monday, the page and the community, because we want to expose and talk about the different things in society that people don't really want to mention and kind of open the light up to others. But this is another thing too. Like I didn't even know that 80% of men don't work out. That's embarrassing. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, it is.
I don't know. But anyways, we'll kind of wrap it up here, Red Pillrican. But is there anything else you want to say about your Red Pill experience? Anything else you want to talk about for this intro video for those watching?
Apply it effectively. You know, don't apply it to just women either. Apply it to like other aspects of work. You know what I'm saying? Like at your job, apply it there as well. You know, with your schoolwork, if you're in school, you know what I'm saying? Like it's about being aware of just human nature in general, you know, not just the women. You know what I'm saying? Because you got guys who will screw you over just as bad as the women if you let them. You know what I'm saying? So I just want to put that out there. I talk about them every now and then because I'm pretty sure you got guys as well, you know, they try to go behind your back and say some shit, or they'll probably come after your woman to back, you know, backdoor you, you know what I'm saying? Because you got dudes that do that as well, you know?
Yeah, let's hit on that real quick, because me and you also have agreed on this before about the whole topic on respect in terms of friends and whatnot. And one of the things we talked about was friends texting other friends' girlfriends. I don't do that shit. What's your take on that? So people can kind of understand what you're talking about in terms of not trusting other people.
Well, first off, your friend should understand that it's just awkward and it comes off the wrong way when you even have your friend's woman's personal information, like phone number, address, and all that. Like, what do they need that stuff for? You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Or, you know, it just, well, first off, I would say it's wrong of them, but it's even wrong of your woman if she don't tell you nothing about it. You know 100%. What I'm saying? Because every guy's woman, you know, if she's at least average looking or especially attractive, she's gonna get hit on by guys on a regular. That's just something as a man you gotta understand. It's about how is your woman gonna handle that? She's gonna at least tell you about it, or she's gonna keep that a secret and go along with it. You know what I'm saying? There is no reason for your homie to contact your woman unless it is something important and he can't get a hold of you. So he's like, hey, can you let Matt know that, hey, I need his answer on something real quick?
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? That's it. Other than that, it's just awkward. Like, even with my boys, girls, you know what I'm saying? Like, I didn't talk to them or anything like that. Like, when one of them made a statement addressed towards all of us, I let him answer it. I had nothing to say.
Exactly.
You know, it's like,
yeah, no, I see a lot of clowns on social, even like liking their photos on Instagram. You know what I'm saying? I have some girl, I would never go out of my way to go follow them, add them on Facebook. I don't care if they're going to follow me. You know, if I see it, I follow them back. But like, I see some dudes liking other girls' photos on my feed that are my friends or people that I know. It's like, girl, they're in their bikini and shit like that. I'm not going to go and do that shit. I mean, I know it's something small and minuscule, but I think that respect starts at the granular level at the bottom, right? You build respect over time. And that's just one of the ways that I agree. I don't think that none of my friends have my fucking girlfriend's number. And if they fucking do, it better, like you said, only be contacting her because of an emergency, or they need to contact me.
Exactly.
Because I never would. I don't even have a friend of mine. I have plenty of friends that have girlfriends or whatever. And there's no business for me to even speak to them, you know?
Exactly.
But yeah, like anyways.
Yeah, liking one's bikini pictures. You know why you're liking that picture. Well, you know why they're liking it. It's like, come on, you know, it just sends the wrong message. But
yeah. And kind of going back to the whole men respecting other men and whatnot. Well, let's hit on this real quick before we close out. What about Red Pillrican's stance on these, like the opposite to the Red Pill community, which would be like the beta males? And you know, are they fixable? Are they not fixable? And if they're watching this content, what's your message to them?
You see, a lot of them, when they attack us, honestly, from my perspective, I think they don't have the experience that we got, you know? They think because maybe they had like 10 or 15 women in their life that they know what they're doing. It's like, no, you see, you haven't had enough to experience that. When we talk, this is the vast majority. It's not just some. Yeah, there are some exceptions out there, but this is generally speaking. And it's one of those things where, you know, a lot of them are probably getting played as we speak and they don't even know it.
Oh, yeah, 100%.
So I remember there was one post I shared where this chick actually admitted that most women cheat, you know, because she shared it from her girlfriend's experience of what they're doing. One guy actually commented saying that's not true, you know, it's men that do it. And then the woman actually replied back to him saying, yeah, that's ironic being that I know your girlfriend. So right there, like, so you see what I'm saying? So these guys really think they got shit on lock. It's like, no, you don't. You don't know where she's at 24/7. You know what I'm saying? But you know,
no, I agree. I mean, obviously we know that, you know, dudes got their tendencies to do things, but women have the equal tendencies, if not even worse sometimes, because I think that a woman, and we've talked about this, I don't know if you were the one who mentioned it, but they follow in packs. So like when their friends are going out being thoughts, they're going to follow the same thing. And the reason why is because women were never meant to lead. They were meant to follow. And not saying that in a, you know, derogatory way, but it's just the truth. You know, men are supposed to lead the way in the household and the women, you know, kind of help them, you know, move forward or whatnot. And a lot of times you'll see this in friend groups where there's one thought, they're all thoughts, you know?
Yep. But, I mean, then you got the women where if they're smart, they leave early when they see the fuckery going on. But
yeah,
you know what I'm saying? But that's rare, man.
Yeah, it's tough. And you know, going back to the dudes on the other side, hopefully, you know, if we have any people that watch, and I know a lot of people on your stuff, comment, and you're talking about they're going at it in the comments, and they come after you sometimes. I would love to even eventually, when we keep growing, talk to these people and see where their minds are at, see if we can, figure out why they think these ways, and ask them some questions to expose them to the truth. Because I think what you're saying is true. You have to expose yourself to multiple women for you to realize it, because it's probably happening in the first relationship you're in. You just don't give it any thought because you're, ignorant to what's going on. And like you're saying, a lot of these guys think that they're good, but in reality, the shit's going on behind closed doors, and they're really getting fucked over. They just don't know about it.
And the nice guy mentality, you know what's going on, you got the feeling, but because you want to be Mr. Secure, Mr. Non-jealous, you kind of make excuses for the behavior. Be like, oh, maybe she's having a bad day. Oh, maybe she's telling the truth. Even though she told you some dumb shit about why she can't see you. Like I've been told before, oh, my dog messed up my carpet, I can't make it.
Yeah.
But then I see her on a Snapchat, she went to her girlfriend's house where her dude was there. And of course, her dude brought another dude. So I'm not fucking stupid.
Yeah.
I can put two and two together. You basically sold me out for another guy, Yeah, but again, I want to be Mr. Insecure, I played, oh, they're just friends. No, okay.
Yeah, exactly. And that's
always way more sinister, fellas. But these guys, they had mentality I had back then. Like, no, guy, I'm telling you what's going on. Whether you want to listen, it's a different story, though.
Yeah, and whether and I like what you said there. It's like, nah, the whole thing about jealousy, it's for me and you, if we're in a relationship, it's not that I'm jealous that you're going to be with another dude, but it's the fact that I know what's going to happen and we're done. It's not like I'm jealous, I'm scared or whatever it is. That's a beta male mentality. That's an insecure mentality. It's the fact that you're disrespecting me on my name. I would never let it happen. My girl is not going to have anybody that she's, buddy, we're going to go meet up with for lunch or whatever it is. That'll never happen for me. Call me insecure, call me whatever it is. But me and you both know we're not, at the end of the day, we ain't going to be the suckers. So
yeah, it's not even about the woman. It's the insult on my intelligence. You see, because the good thing is that, well, for me personally, at least, I'm sure the case for the rest of us in the, in the group as well. Like, it's never been about getting the woman. I could replace her before the week is out. But it's more about, why are you insulting my intelligence? If you're not interested, you want to check out someone else, just say it. Don't have me on standby, think everything is still good, or at least believing everything is still good while you're moving on, doing your own thing. That's called monkey branching. For guys who aren't familiar because they're new, that basically means she already got her eyes on another guy, but she's still holding you in place just in case things with a new guy doesn't work out. Like when a monkey swings from branch to branch, It doesn't let go of the previous branch until it gets a hold of the new one. The new branch is the new guy. The old branch is you.
I didn't know what you meant, but when you said that, so that's a good term. I like that term. I'm gonna start using it.
Yeah, so that's basically what it is. They're opening up. They're in a relationship, but they're still playing as if they're single. They're still expanding their options. And the guy's completely clueless. He thinks everything is good. It was all good just a week ago. What happened? Well, she was checking out other guys the whole time. You were in a relationship. She was still single.
Exactly. Yeah. And the problem is that society, I said earlier, like in terms of girls, like her girlfriends will say, oh, he's just insecure, he's jealous, and then it'll put shit in her brain, and then she'll be like, yeah, he is insecure, he is jealous. I should be able to go out and drink with my guy friends. Like I'll let those girls stay with the guys who want those girls. If you're cool with letting your girl hang out with the guy in his house on his own to study or to go out to the bar to have casual drinks or have dinner together, that's cool, bro. You can have her. That's for you.
I've heard that before. Oh, we just linked up to drinks to catch up. End up being the night she got pregnant by that so-called friend. So,
catch up with some sex they didn't have over the past couple months.
Yeah, what part of the catching up game was that? You normally fuck your friends?
Yeah, exactly. Anyways, Red, it's been a pleasure having you on, bro. This has been a hilarious intro video. We had a lot of good points in here. Without trying to go on for too much longer, we just want to let you guys know that the Red Pill Latino YouTube channel is going to have all of our Instagram lives on there. So if you miss them on Instagram, we'll throw them on the YouTube. Hopefully do more episodes, more podcasts like this, sit downs, one-on-ones, talking about different things. But Red, you want to throw up your social so everybody that's not watching, that doesn't follow you already, can give you a follow?
Yeah, man. If you want to check out my Instagram, it's going to be Red_Pilled_Rican. You can see my backup page on there as well. Check it out. My YouTube name is exactly the same way. So if you want to check it out, man.
Yeah, Red's got a lot of good content on there. He puts, you put up probably the most consistent out of all of us in terms of red pill stuff. On my Instagram, I don't really put up too much red pill content. I do a lot of fitness and life philosophy type of shit. But you know, Red definitely, I would say he probably does the best job at putting out content as much as anybody in the group. So, you know, shout out to Red, follow him, check out his stuff. But it's been a blast, brother.
All right, man. Thanks for having me on, man.
All right, brother. Take it easy, guys. Thank you guys for watching this YouTube video. We'll talk to you guys soon.
Later, guys.